Good morning. I'm going to tell y'all a few blonde jokes, a few funny jokes, Christian jokes. I just love jokes. I'm going to tell y'all a few jokes, the things I like. There was this man, he was going into the doctor's office, and this nun came running by him out of the doctor's office screaming and crying. He's like, oh my word, and he goes in, he says, doctor, he says, what was wrong with that nun? What in the world did you tell her? He says, oh, I just told her she's pregnant. He said, a nun pregnant? He said, oh, no, but her hiccups are gone. There was this lady, and she went to the pet store, and she told him she wanted a parrot that could talk. Well, he said, well, we only got one parrot, but you can have it. So he gave her the parrot, and she took it home. Well, all of a sudden, that bird chirped up and said, everybody party. And she's like, ah. And that is all the bird would say. It wouldn't say anything else, and it would just say it at the oddest moments. So one day, the pastor was coming. It's a dinner, and she said, I'm telling you, bird, you better not say that during this dinner. If you do, oh. So right in the middle of dinner, that bird chirps up, everybody party. She said, I am so sorry, Pastor. She said, I have tried everything to get that bird to quit saying that. And he said, well, you know what? He said, I have 2 boy birds, and they sit in their cage and pray all day long. He said, why don't I take and bring my 2 boy birds over and put them in the cage with your girl bird, and we'll see if they can teach her to pray. And she said, I will try anything. So the next day, he brought the birds over, and they stuck them in the cage with the girl bird, and that one boy bird looked over at that other boy bird. He said, praise the Lord, brother, our prayers have been answered. There was a Sunday school teacher who decided that they were going to skip Sunday school and go running in the woods. So they're running in the woods, and they hear something. They look back, and there is this huge grizzly bear chasing them. So he's like, he takes off running, and just as hard as he can, he's like, oh, Lord, I shouldn't have skipped Sunday school. I'm so sorry. And he trips because he wasn't paying attention and falls. And he turns around, and here comes that bear, getting closer and closer. And he prays. He says, Lord, I know I shouldn't have skipped Sunday school, and I'm really sorry, Lord. But if you've ever done anything for me, Lord, make that bear a Christian. That bear slid to a stop, fell down on his knees, and said, Dear Lord, for this meal I'm about to receive, may I be truly thankful. Now a few blonde jokes. This blonde was cooking dinner, and her skillet caught fire, and she called 911, and she said, help me, you guys send the fire department, my skillet's on fire. And they said, okay, ma'am, calm down, how do we get to your house? And she said, duh, in your big red truck. And then, let's see, okay, there was this blonde driving down the road. And she sees this other blonde out in the cornfield in a rowboat rowing down the cornfield, and she slams the car in park. She jumps out, she runs over, and she said, it's blondes like you that give blondes like me a bad name, and if I could swim, I'd come over there and kick your butt. Okay, and then there was these 3 blondes. They were hitchhiking, and this truck comes swerving down the road, and the guy is drunk, and he says, want to ride? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, okay. So he's like, this tailgate's a little tricky. He said, I'll put it down so y'all can get in without having to crawl over it. So he jiggles it, gets it down, and they crawl in. And he shuts the tailgate, and he says, y'all okay back there? And it's going to be windy. They say, they're fine. So he gets in the truck, and he's all swerving down the road. Well, they get to a bridge, and he runs off the bridge into the water, and down he goes. Well, the drunk, as soon as the water hits him, he opens his door up, and he swims to the top and gets out. The 3 blondes drowned. Do you know why the 3 blondes drowned? They were trying to put down the tailgate. That's a little horny. Okay, there was another blonde joke I just thought of. There was this guy driving down the road in a truck, big truck. And he gets to a stop sign, and this little blonde is behind him, and she jumps out, runs up, she knocks on the door, she says, hello, my name is Heather. You're losing some of your load. He's like, okay. She jumps out and runs back to her car and gets in. So they drive a little farther, and they get to the next stoplight. She jumps out, she runs up there, she knocks on the door like she never even heard him. He opens the door, or talked to him, and he opens the door, and she said, hello, my name is Heather. You're losing some of your load. He's like, So she jumps in her car, and they go on a little bit, and they come to another stop sign. She jumps out, runs up there, knocks on the door. She says, hello, my name is Heather. You're losing some of your load. And he's like, yeah. So she jumps in her car. He's like, he is tired of this, so he flies to the next stoplight. And when he gets there, he jumps out of his truck, and he runs back, and he knocks on the blonde's window, and she rolls the window down. He says, hello, my name is Kevin. It's winter in Michigan. I dropped the snow truck. I thought that was cute.